go the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bulldogs offense will have the first possession of the game. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. And the Dogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wide receiver going in motion. Now the play fake. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. Georgia going up tempo.
And the defensive coordinator is irate on the sideline. 3rd and long, it's a short throw. You've got to be able to rally, make a tackle, and force the punter onto the field. They let him get loose, break some tackles, and with the first, the offense stays on the field.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
That is an awesome play up front right there, crashing that play in the backfield. And it's funny, you know, you think back to Clemson. Remember when Trevor Lawrence won a national title his true freshman year? It wasn't necessarily about Trevor Lawrence. They won that title because of their defensive dominance, especially on the D-line. That may have been the best D-line we've ever seen in college football. And I tell you, sometimes this dude looks like he could start on that D-line. He's that talented.
Georgia sends out the punt team. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. So Clemson's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming to this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last time. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. They'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Had to throw it before he wanted. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a 1st down.
And I think that was step one for this offense. You didn't want to start backed up, but you did on this first drive. Nice job getting that first down, creating a little bit more space. Now I look to see if they get back on script, maybe get aggressive and see what this offense does today.
He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down. The Tigers are on the move. Might as well give it to him again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on third down. On the run, it's Amato. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Going to the ground. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him one.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, the running back has it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Now, that was a blitz from the middle linebacker. That's one the offensive line should have picked up, regardless of what the pass protection was. Sliding or going base man-to-man or fanning out, you generally always account for the middle linebacker. There's no reason to let him run clean like that.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again. Create some momentum. Just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. The give out of the gun. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
The Tigers getting set on 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Hines. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. 2nd down coming up in this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. Right on the money. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1. And the Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Quarterback keeps it on the sneak. Sneak gets it done.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Northern Illinois delivered the type of thrashing generally reserved for homecoming games in DePaul. Thing is, this sucker was a road victory, and a win like this is going to resonate throughout the MAC. Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They'll move the tight end. Looking downfield on first down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play.
Great job by the defense forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Carney. Finds a crease at the 20. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
And if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on fourth down. From the gun, wants to pass. Heaves it deep. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Motion from the wideout. From the shotgun, the inside kid. Hard running there. Oh, and what a move. What a juke, and he makes it past the marker. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. It's starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Snags it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Georgia!
I was so excited for this game because I just knew it was going to be a back-and-forth battle. And that's what we've seen here. Great job by the quarterback. Good decision, reading the coverage, accurate throw. They get the extra point. This thing is all knotted up.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Wants to go up top. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on third down. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wants to bring it back. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Looking to throw on first down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Complete to the right. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 4. They'll immediately call timeout. They'll put in play from the 41 on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Grab goes to the middle. It's Wyatt. Just leaves him grabbing air as he gets down to the 35. The hurry up now. Second down. Clock ticking. Back to pass. There's the pressure. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Grabbed in the middle. It's Cook. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. Grab near the marker. It's Wyatt. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Looking down the middle. It's caught. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. To the air on first down. Makes the catch. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He fires a bullet to the right. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. Right down the boulevard, it's good. That'll bring him to within 4. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here in the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
That time they were in their own territory. That took some lower intestinal fortitude.
It definitely did. And listen, if that's what you're going to be, that's who you're going to be. You're going to be that kind of offense and be aggressive, then stick with who you are. And apparently, nowadays, going for it on your own end, it really ain't nothing anymore.
Looking for an open area to his left. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Gonna take a shot. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
He's got an open man. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. Picks up the first down, still moving. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run to guys, and get them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. They're going to run it. Headed to the end zone. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They liked.
Touchdown, Tigers. And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
It took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Dogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play.
And that's a great start to this second half. That's what you talked about in the locker room at halftime. Don't let them create momentum. Don't let them start to create a comeback. Come back on this first drive, set the tone. The defense doing that right off the bat.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Georgia lining up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Leaves it with the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You can tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Right back to the well. There he goes. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Clemson. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Florida is currently trailing in this one, but I'm old enough to remember the comeback Danny Wuerffel led in 1995 to beat Tennessee. So don't rule anything out here today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to USC. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Caught behind the line. It's Coleman. Man, sometimes he's like trying to wrap up a ghost. He's out to the 27.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
This defense has taken the game over. They're winning the game in large part because of how dominant they've been up front, how good their pass rush has been.
Punt is in the air. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Quick strike complete.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they went for it, but when you're up by a couple scores, I think you're just kind of free and like, hey, let's keep scoring points. Let's keep the offense out there. Let's keep the accelerator on, and I guess, hey, who cares? We're not going to lose anyways.
Looking downfield on 1st down. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. And the Bulldogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Here comes the heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Gonna run it. It's Carter. He did not make it. A stone wall on 3rd down.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up.
Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Breaks into the open on the left. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. And the Dogs moving quickly to the line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They'll go to work in the air on second down. He makes a grab. He thought he might turn that into a score, but the defense able to wrestle him down short. They'll stop him at the 3. They'll go to the air. Under fire. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it.
Well, the ball hasn't hit the ground very often for this guy in this game, right? He's even still, after that incompletion, over 80% throwing, which is key. Because last game he was under 50% on his throws. He went back to work, worked on his fundamentals, and that's really showing up here.
The receiver will not get it to the sticks. It'll be fourth down. He wants to throw it. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. They've got him pinned back in a world of trouble, and listen to this crowd coming through. Not much there. He gets 1 to the 11. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got him downfield. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Breaks into the open. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. The Tigers look to keep this drive humming. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
As an offense, you've got the lead, you've had success running the football. You hope that this play is just the blip, because you know you're going to have to lean on your bell cow running back to ice this game and close it out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man. It's McFadden. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Now on second down, they want to keep moving forward and keep that clock churning. The give to the back. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the